what are we going to say? What is a big corporation going to say to people like you who are obviously at the forefront of everything that's happening in the world in technology, venture capital, and Latin America? Obviously, it's a fantastic market for us. It's been very good to us. So, at the end of the day, Robin was concerned about what we do to get not only more people here, but more people watching us on the internet. So what we decided to do is to get everybody out of here. We're going to clear out the chairs, and we're all going to come back, and we're going to dance the Gangnam Style on the internet. And I guarantee you we're going to have massive, massive trending topic, viewers, et cetera, et cetera. So, but actually, that's not a laughing matter. For us, having a simple video, DJ, make up a dance, and have what is probably going to be 1 billion views by the end of the year within a few months is absolutely, to us, it's very scary, but at the same time, it makes us move and it makes us change. So what we would say the only constant, as we had in the last slide, is change. So for Televisa, which is a very big company, and a lot of you guys know about it, started off as a radio company, then became a television company, and we've been moving through all these businesses, and really Televisa has never really disinvested from any of these big businesses they've been involved in. All of them have been supporting the infrastructure of production that we have. We've gone from linear, simple linear business models such as radio, television, paid television networks, to a nonlinear world today of the size and the 1 billion Gangnam Style views on YouTube. So basically, we look at our sort of geocentric universe, which doesn't exist anymore. How do we survive? Pew, do you want me to do this over here? Sure. Okay. So how do we survive? What do we do? Well, we're battling against these, what do we call them, the lizards, the nuclear lizards, so to speak. These are the people that are doing the stuff on YouTube. These are the people that are changing the paradigm for us, and we're going forward with that paradigm. So here we are with a monolith, the change, and now the consumer-centric model. You have all this content coming along. You have all this change. You have a lot of people watching this content, and now it's no longer that same model. We have a lot of people. We have everyone else controlling, and our content, through all our distribution platforms, has to be seen by everybody on a traditional method and obviously in a non-traditional, non-linear method. This, for us, creates a lot of opportunities. How does innovation change a big corporation's business model? How does innovation allow us, I would say, to survive? The only way to survive is to adapt, to acquire, to build out new businesses, that model, replicate, or even at the same time, I would say, join that new business paradigm that you're all so successful at pushing forward. This, for us, has created tremendous business opportunities. So we say we have content. We have the what of a company like Televisa. There's very few companies that replicate the Televisa model, but a lot of them are working towards this. We have the how, DTH services, cable, internet service providers. We have mobile. How do we get our content, our product, our events throughout these platforms? We have where. Are they at home watching it through television? Are they in theaters? Are they playing video games? Is it print? Are they on their mobile devices? These are the questions big corporations ask while we're watching what's happening. Our advantage of being in Latin America is we get to watch what happens in the United States, what happens in Europe, and we can see it happening a lot slower down here, maybe a few years behind, although we jump huge time gaps to get those, I would say, technology innovations into Latin America. And the when is, are they watching it through video-on-demand services now? Are they watching it still on traditional linear models? Are they still listening to it on radio? Are they watching it live? Are they there at the event? Are they seeing it through the video monitors at the event? Are they watching it on catch-up? You all have TiVos and you all have your personal DVRs where you watch or record or even go online and watch through those same services of the same companies that produce that content. But the big question is why? So Televisa asked this question, and why? It's because we want to entertain, which is the roots of Televisa, and we want to connect with the viewers. It used to be that we would produce content and people would go home and watch it on television or they'd listen it to on radio. Now there's a whole bunch of stuff happening. People are all over the place. They're sitting in rooms, they're tweeting, they're doing it on their mobile devices. And Televisa has created a very interesting sphere of businesses in all of these different quadrants. And I think this is what has allowed big companies like Televisa to survive, be successful, and obviously adapt and model and innovate along with what you all are doing currently. So we're very proud of this. This is very complicated. It requires, obviously, a lot of people. It's a company that's over 20,000 people large, and obviously operates in over 100 countries throughout the world. Our core competency is content, all the way through mobile nonlinear devices, or actual being able to get our content out so everyone can watch it wherever they are and wherever they want to see it. That's cliche, but it's the reality. It's what's happening to business. We don't consider this old, we consider it new, even though the company has obviously been around since the 1930s. So what we want to do here for the last few minutes is show you how we have an award-winning series we launched a few months ago. And it was very interesting because this new world of social media for us and how we use social media to promote our products and bring people to watch our content and compete against the size of the world, the YouTubes, everyone that produces on YouTube, is how do we use our 20 million strong followers, which is by far the largest amount of followers that a media company has in Latin America. How do we use them to create new content? How do we get the young people that are leaving the linear channels and leaving our content and going on YouTube, how do we get them to watch our content? So I want to show you a little bit of how we try to innovate in the content production, which is what I'm involved in directly at Televisa, how we innovate in terms of distributing that content, how we promote that content on the social networks, how we get people through Facebook and through Twitter and through everything else, et cetera, to watch our content. We actually adapted our content to what's happening, how people visualize that sort of dual life that we all lead. You are all here, some of you are listening, some of you are not, but everyone is here, present with their mobile device, having conversations on that mobile device simultaneously while they're either talking to someone beside them or watching a presentation or doing something else. We all lead two lives, you know, the virtual life on our mobile device and sort of the in-flesh life that, you know, we have to lead because that's who we are. So how do we mesh that together? So we just want to show you about a 3-minute clip of a series we launched a few months ago on one of our paid networks. It's obviously targeted to a young crowd, but it's targeted to that crowd that has been leaving really our services, and they're obviously coming back to these new contents. So Hugh, do we have that video? And well, thank you very much. I think you're going to like this. This is very innovative. It's something we've been doing recently in all our content at Televisa. So basically, thank you very much. That was just a bit of a look at how we're adapting our content to new media and how we're trying to get people, obviously one of our big businesses is our novellas, but adapting them to the younger, sort of more hip crowds that are using all these devices and animating them visually into our productions. So it's worked very well, and obviously we're pioneers in that. So that's, I guess, one of the ways we're innovating. But thank you very much. I truly appreciate your time.